Okay. So great. So this girl right here, y'all can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse right here? This girl right here is Fetty Wap's baby mama. Okay. This is a very interesting situation because I always tell y'all like men could never decrease in you know I like to say sexuality, and women can decrease in lifestyle. I'll give you an example. If like the moment I dated a girl who used to like swallow nut, like I know I'm getting extreme, I could never date a chick who barely want to suck dick. You feel me? Like it's just that you get used to a certain thing, you can't go back. For men, it's usually sexuality. You feel me? Like that's just what it is. When it comes to women, it's lifestyle. So if a woman dates a celebrity, she's very hard pressed to go back to a nigga who's not a celebrity. If she dates a millionaire, she's very hard pressed to go back to a nigga who makes 60,000 a year. Anyway, Fetty Wap used to date this young woman right here. He has actually 2 kids by her. If you don't know, Fetty Wap is now currently in federal prison, okay, for actually selling drugs. And he left her way before then, but her current guy, which is her husband, is a guy who decided to step up, even though she got 2 kids by Fetty Wap. He decided that he wanted to marry her. Now, he married her, and here's the hilarious thing about it all. Women, no matter how much they make or whatever the case is, bro, if they're used to dating a baller, they always want a baller. So now she's married to a nigga, and no disrespect to the guy, because I don't know who he is. He's not a baller. And what happens is that she goes on a Fresh and Fit podcast. Probably the worst place you want to go on if your relationship ain't the best. But she's married to this guy. So she goes on there and she basically starts to slander her current husband a little bit, basically kind of hinting towards the fact that he don't got money like that. Granted, I keep telling y'all, women don't like to decrease in lifestyle. They like to go up. When she's with Fetty, Fetty's paying for everything. She got foreign cars. She's doing all that type of stuff. She's on private jets. But of course, she's not with the regular dude because she's not with Fetty no more. She got 2 kids by him, but she's with a regular dude. And you're going to hear how she talks about pretty much her husband. And the whole sequence is hilarious. And I'm going to just play it while I take a piss. Here we go. We're going to talk about the Bobby Shmurda shit too, okay?
That it's not in your best interest as a man to commit to a girl that has children, and the reason for that, if you look at it from like, let's get the feelings aside from a strictly
I agree though
biological sense and risk assessment, it's very bad because you're marrying a woman, you're taking on those kids as your own, and the issue is that if she leaves you, it's not only going to hurt because she left you, but it's also going to hurt because you built attachments to those children. And the scary part is you have zero right to them because they're not biologically yours, right? I mean, hell, guys can barely get access to their own biological children, let alone kids that they adopted from another man from another relationship. So here's the thing. If a man comes in, marries you, gives you security, and provides that same security to you and your children that are not his.
But he doesn't.
He doesn't take care of those kids whatsoever.
I'm saying I'm not I'm not talking about my specific situation. Right?
Okay.
But no, I'm going to say all right, when it comes time, for example, my kids just went back to school, right?
Yeah.
I spent about $700 school clothes shopping.
Uh-huh. God damn.
On myself, though. I'm not looking to my husband to say, give me this.
No. But here's the thing.
For my kids.
I know he provides something. If he's married to you, there's no way that he's not aiding to those kids somehow.
We go half and half on our bills.
Okay, but I'm saying he's still providing a roof for those kids. He's still.
Red flag already, man. Let me tell you this. When a girl deals with a celebrity, I always tell people, this is a lot of people watch Fresh and Fit, and I often tell y'all it's not for regular men. If you watch Fresh and Fit, you're cosplaying as a celebrity. You're cosplaying as a millionaire. Because in reality, everything they say is usually built for millionaires. And I'm going to get to that later because we're going to get to NLE Choppa. But this woman used to date, and she had 2 babies by Fetty Wap, a guy who told me personally on a podcast that at one particular time he had over $20 million at one point in his bank account. He's buying cars left and right. He's living a crazy lifestyle. She's a byproduct of that lifestyle. She's seeing it. Of course, he leaves. He ends up dating Alexis Sky and Masika. Has babies by them too. And she got 2. So now he's not going to be with her. She actually gets another guy. But a woman don't like downgrading in lifestyle. Now, the other guy isn't a celebrity. Hear how she talks about him. And when she talks about certain of these things, you'll realize there's some resentment. She's like, yo, I pay half the bills. When you're with Fetty, you know you weren't paying half the bills. Just listen to the tone, okay? That's what's important.
Providing some type
we're
of
going half.
fatherhood energy. He's still providing, because here's the thing I'm trying to say. It's a luxury that he decided to step in and step up to your kids when in reality it's not to his benefit.
Let me point out, there's telling her, yo, you got 2 kids by another nigga, and the new guy wants to wife you up. By the way, if anybody thinks about this objectively, that's true. You would be fortunate if you have 2 kids by one guy and another guy says, oh, it's okay, I'll still be with you. Again, she's used to a particular lifestyle. She can't even comprehend that. Listen.
That's the cold hard reality. It's not in a man's best interest.
Sometimes
Let me finish. It's not in a man's best. It's not in a man's best interest to go ahead and take on stepchildren. It's not at all. It actually opens you up to a lot of liabilities. So my thing is, if a guy comes in, takes care of you, wipes you up, gives you the title, and he takes on your kids. I know you say, well, I pay for my kids and I take care of them, whatever. He's still responsible. I'm sure he's probably very involved in those kids' life to some degree, because there's no way around it. Do you have primary custody of the kids?
I mean, my kid's father is in federal prison.
So you have primary custody, which means there's no way.
That's Fetty Wap.
Around it. He's got to be around for those children.
But
you
not
guys live
really,
together.
though. Like I'm just being completely honest. Like my marriage.
There's no way that he's not involved with those kids when he lives with you.
Involved
and you,
as in like we're all in the same
house,
but he's not like, taking my kid to go play basketball and like go taking my kids to dance class and like dropping my kids off at school for me and picking them up for me. Or
so what does he do?
Like my kids, I just choose to keep it separated.
I mean, we could say that, but there's no. If you guys all live under the same house, there's no way that he's not involved in those children's. Like, let's be realistic here.
I'll tell you how. Right? This is my house. This is my room. This is my children's room. He's here. You know what I'm saying? I cook dinner. He comes out and eats. He goes out and work. He comes back here. He says hi, hello. I'm not saying he completely neglects my children. He may say hi, maybe play around the house, But as far as like a real, like they know who their dad is. Their dad is very much so. Well, like I said,
he still contributes. You could say like, hey, it's a half and half. He still contributes.
So essentially, try to walk out through this. She's married to a new guy. Her kid's father is Fetty Wap. She pays half the bills with her current guy, and Myron's over here saying, well, if the guy is, and if he's taking in your 2 kids that you have with Fetty, but you live with him, he's doing certain things for your kids. And she's just saying no. Like, she's just like, nah, no. Which people would think is weird because they're like, wait, why is he your husband if he's not at least contributing? And this is where the whole thing devolves.
It's more than any other guy typically would want to. Most guys don't want to take on other kids. So all I'm saying is this.
The thing, you don't have to.
But
it's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice. And he gave himself a disadvantage to give you an advantage. And the thing is that,
how much am I disadvantaging myself for him in other aspects of life?
Bingo. You got to listen to women so carefully. She says she's disadvantaging herself to be with the nigga. You know why? The guy doesn't make more than Fetty. Women don't like to downgrade when it comes to lifestyle. They like to upgrade. So she brings that up, and it's very subtle. But because Myron's trying to get her to admit, well, if you have kids and he doesn't have kids, he's at a disadvantage. She brings up, well, do you know I'm at a disadvantage? Why is she at a disadvantage? Because she was dating Fetty Wap, and now she's dating somebody who's not Fetty Wap. Listen.
What?
What do you mean? What?
That's what I mean when I say like, bro. Yo.
The thing is, I think, man, like,
it's wild,
dude. Like, guys and women make their decisions, right? So if he's going into that situation, he knows what he knows the deal. He knows what he's signing up for. So that's why
I'm disadvantaging myself when this person is in love with me, right? My kids are my kids.
Sure.
They're gonna be my kids until the day I die. This is my husband. He might not be my husband tomorrow. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm disadvantaging myself and my.
Hey, already she's like spelling out why you shouldn't date a woman with kids. She's saying that you're my husband, but you might not be my husband tomorrow. My kids always my kids. So basically she's saying that, listen, my real priority is these kids that are permanent. We don't know where it's going to go.
My children, when I allow you into my home, into my personal space.
You
Let
know
me finish. Please let me finish.
Oh, sure. Please finish.
When I allow you into my home and my personal space, and I'm a happy-go-lucky woman, right? But now here you are playing these games with me mentally and emotionally. Now I can't be the best version of myself. And I can't be the best version of myself for my children or for myself as an individual because I have this person who I'm allowing, and at the end of the day, I'm taking full accountability. I'm not saying I'm a victim. He did this to me. I took him back, So I'm disadvantaging myself by trying to make this marriage that I committed to work and causing, I'm not going to say a chaotic, but for lack of better terms, a chaotic environment for my children that will tell me in 10, 15, 20 years from now, Mom, why did you let this guy, X, Y, and Z? I'm disadvantaging myself as well. I'm a mother before anything. My children are going to have questions for me in the long run that I'm going to have to face the music to. He might not even be.
Chat. Never date a chick with a kid. Let me tell you this, man. The entitlement, the comparisons, and it's probably easier when she feels she's dating up. But also, I told you, I think I told you the story. I was dealing with this chick. She had a kid. I felt a little uncomfortable because her baby daddy was a bum. Not that her baby daddy was in a picture, but I'm like, you've made super bad decisions that now I feel like I'm going to be helping to pay for. So just look at this picture. Look at Myron's face. Look at her. She's talking about her new guy that doesn't have a kid. And the way she's talking about it is crazy.
Around, just being completely honest. So it's not just him disadvantaging himself. I'm disadvantaging myself as well because, like he said, when we leave, the guy has to, break the relationship from the children. What does that do to my children as well? And I have to deal with the emotional baggage that comes with explaining to my children, look, he's just not in our lives anymore.
To me, I mean, for me listening, it doesn't sound to me like you appreciate his contribution at all, bro. All I heard from there was.
I'm not gonna go into the full depths of the situation because it's a podcast, and I'm really married and I have real life shit. But you don't understand. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the baddest bitch in the world and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But I know for a fact that there are men out there that would happily take care of me and my children.
That's true.
Okay?
That's all you need to know. That's what I tell y'all about lifestyle. That's what I tell y'all about that high value man shit. She dated Fetty Wap. She don't want to fuck with nobody else who ain't a millionaire, nigga. If you not a millionaire, and this is why, I be seeing sometimes I say stuff, I see it on random parts of Reddit. It'd be like, yo, this nigga he just thinks that the high value man to her, 100,000 don't do it for her. She was used to a millionaire lifestyle. She's talking about her guy like that nigga is broke as fuck. Listen to how this woman talks. She won't have no appreciation till she meets a nigga that's Fetty Wap's level or better. Listen.
And I put my best foot forward. I don't ask this nigga for nothing. I pay $300 to get my hair done every 2 weeks. I pay for it. I get my nails done every 2 weeks.
When women start pricing out what they do for themselves, is basically trying to say that they've been used to better. She's shitting on him.
I pay for it. I go on shopping sprees. I pay for it. $600 car note. I pay for it. $400 insurance. I pay for it. I put in my half for the rent. And many months I've paid the rent by myself. Okay.
God damn.
I'm a college graduate. I'm secure. I have almost 140K followers on the gram. Not saying that it matters, but I make money on Instagram at promoting X, Y, and Z. I'm pursuing a rap career. I'm getting X amount of K views on my music. I'm fucking hustling. I'm going hard, kids and all. And I'm not saying that it's just love that's keeping me in this situation. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of emotions involved. And most people in my life who knows the in and outs say, Leger, what the fuck are you doing? So when I'm sitting on a
Bingo.
podcast and someone's telling me, oh, you don't sound like you're appreciative for what he's contributing.
You haven't said one thing about.
By the way, you know what? This is crazy. And by the way, I like this situation. And by the way, like she's DMing before, I don't even know if we've really communicated, but I don't want to make this about her because I want to extrapolate this because we're gonna get into the NLE chopper shit right after this, bro. The way how she's acting and operating is the reason why everything that Myron and Fresh be preaching that I tell the rest of y'all niggas is really not about y'all. What Myron and Fresh preach is about a nigga like me. I make millions. They're not talking about you niggas who make $80,000 and $100,000. No. They're talking about niggas who are the highest of the highest in income in what women want to try to attain. Because what happens is a woman like this right here, she dated one of them and it's fucked up her whole reality. She's judging everybody off of what that one nigga made, which is Fetty. She's judging everybody off of him. She's holding it. She's using and indicting him off of the fact that she got to pay half. Like, this is the most people reality. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, yo, some of this high value man shit, y'all got to really be really careful about. My brother, I don't want to get too much into shit, but like my brother and his girl, they just bought a house. They went 50-50 on it. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. They went 50-50 on it. But relatively speaking, in what they earn, that is how you should do it. When you hear a lot of what Myron be talking about, and also this high value man shit, and what she dated, they don't do half. They do, you bought the house, you have several cars, it's super different. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. So for all y'all niggas that be arguing with me, listen to this girl who has been fucking polluted by the fact that she dated Fetty Wap. And now no nigga will compare to Fetty Wap unless you date in the industry. Just listen to her.
About him that positive whatsoever. You just talked about me. This is what I do.
Me, because if I had a lot of positive things to say about him, I would say a lot of positive things to say about him.
Yeah.
I would.
This says that.
But what do you want me to tell you?
That says a lot in itself.
It does say a lot in itself, and that's why I said a lot of people in my life ask me, Leger, what are you doing?
Exactly. Pretty girl, but she dated Fetty Wap. She cannot settle for a nigga who ain't on that level. Goes to my point I tried to say earlier. Women cannot downgrade in lifestyle. She's made it very clear multiple times she pays half. Put it like this. My brother ain't on the level I'm at. Him and his, by the way, he's highly educated too. Highly educated. But his girl's highly educated as well. She makes really good money. He makes really good money. They wanted a really nice crib. They put together and they went half and half. We're going to see how it works out. But the majority of sometimes what you hear women, when women start dealing with nigga of a certain caliber, they look down on people who they have to go half and half with. They look down on it. This is what she's doing. You could tell she's going half and half with her husband, but she looks at him as lesser of a man. What does that tell you? Fetty Wap ruined her. This is the reason why, like, whoever her husband, I feel bad for her. Feel bad for him, I mean, because he's dealing with a woman who's now used to a certain type of lifestyle and a behavior from a man that's not popular. Let me give y'all the stats. a lot of women these days make more than men. There's more college educated and more women graduating from college making a higher income than men. This whole thing that men got to pay all the bills and you just chill, that's a dub. It's rare where you get a guy who still does that. That's that high value man shit. And even then, some of y'all might think that, oh no, what she's talking about, like everything she keeps bringing up on a petty instance, she don't want to, not only does she want to pay shit, she don't really want to be able to, she want whatever she worked for her kids, and she wants everything to be paid for. Just listen to it.
This is why I'm like, I don't want to blow up this marriage on this podcast.
Yo, man, look. All I'm gonna say is, if my girl talked about me like that, I'll break up with her immediately, bro. I'll keep it 1,000 with you. You're a woman. Hold on, let me finish. That's fine, fantastic.
Facts. Myron, I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna tell you another thing too. This is the delusion of women. Leger is a very pretty girl, but also Leger is not an industry girl. I always tell women who sometimes get used to a lifestyle that they met with a celebrity, not every nigga is gonna treat you like that. The way she talking about this nigga, first of all, and I'm hoping y'all follow me a little bit. The way she's talking about her new guy is basically tainted by how she was treated by Fetty, but also there's not a bunch of millionaires knocking on her door. That's the funny thing about it. There's not like 10 millionaires in her DMs trying to like treat her the same. You got 2 kids by Fetty. Fetty don't want you like that because he got other chicks. What's your reality at that point? Listen.
Fantastic.
Took out the right
Your
narrative.
woman, this is the thing about your girl that I've come to realize. Your woman is a mere reflection of where you stand in society and how much she respects you. When a woman speaks about you or talks about you in a certain way, doesn't appreciate your contribution, trust me, it's always going to show. And my thing is, as a guys, you need to look at that fucking mirror and realize, do I like this reflection or do I not? And if you don't, it's time to turn around, improve the image, and come back with another image. Because at the end of the day, like, if your girl, but here's the thing. It's very, you can say what you want, but I can tell just from the way that you speak about him, etc. You don't respect this man. You don't appreciate his contribution. It's me. He's a place.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie, I think Myron spent. Nigga, let me tell you this. When a bitch been with a baller, nigga, that's one thing. I also realize, I'm like, sometimes it's important to know what type of nigga the girl you're dealing with used to be with. Because if she been with a dude with a big bankroll who showed her all type of stuff, bro, you'll never be enough for her. Trust me.
Holder in your life. You may not like me saying this, but hey, I'm telling you what I see. And I know from when I speak with women, interviewing well over 1,500 of them, when a woman's an infatuated and respects her man, she speaks in a whole different way about that guy. She would never say anything disparaging about him. This guy is just a placeholder for you in your life, and you don't really respect and or admire him. If I were him, I'd leave you.
That's
just me.
And he can leave me, that's fine. I let him know that all the time.
Oh shit!
Hold on. So I'll say this, right? I was in that scenario.
Hold on. The mere fact she said that, oh, and my husband could leave me, I let him know all the time. Nah, that nigga, she don't give a fuck about, bro. Listen.
I was smacked.
I understand.
So, just because of how I believe on raising my kids, I'm not going to hit them.
You literally just said before that if they do some dumb shit, you will smack them, but he doesn't necessarily get that same level of authority.
Because I'm telling you that I'm going through steps before. I never said I was smacked.
I understand that.
So I didn't say that.
Hit them. But the point
I said I would hit them. I didn't say I was smacked. I never smacked my kids.
He does not have the same level of authority over your children that you do. However,
that's not true. Are you not hearing the words coming out of my mouth?
I've been listening very closely. You literally said that.
I literally said that there's levels. I literally said that if you try taking the iPad and it doesn't work, you try putting in the corner, it doesn't work. I understand. You're not going to beat the Rodney King out my kid. No. But a pop, if you tell me, babe, I took the iPad, I took the phone, I put him in the corner, he was still wilding. He was still saying this. And then he said, I popped him.
You know
I
what
get
happens? Timmy, I don't know your kids' names. I don't want to speak for them. But let's say, for example, he does that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, he slapped me. Look, it's so many ways that can go. We're just saying, look, in that situation, he is not going to be well because guess what?
Yeah.
It's your kids against him. I'm sorry to say this. He might love you. You might love him.
But it's not. I don't take my kids' word for everything because I know my kids. So if my kid tells me, Mom, he slapped me. Babe, you slapped him? Yeah. Why? What happened? Oh, X, Y, and Z, and Z, and Z. Zai, oh, that's my son. Zai, go to your room. I don't want to hear it. Go
Here's
to
the
your
thing.
room.
He got to explain
That's what
himself
I do.
to. Like
Yeah.
you're missing so many
My
things
kid's
here.
dad has to
Like-
explain himself to me.
That's a problem
You're
too. And that's the
basically a
Then
whole.
call it how you want. And
Man,
he's,
but here's the
and he's
thing.
what you would call
He could at
alpha
least.
male,
But here's
and
the
he's
thing. He
still-
could at least tell you, "Shut up, it's my kid."
Yeah.
That dude can't. That's
He's
the
not,
point.
but he's never gonna say that.
But I'm saying he
He'll
can.
never come out his
He
mouth
doesn't
and say
have.
that
He
to
doesn't have the same. If he was an alpha male, he would tell you, "Shut up, those are my
Yeah,
kids
he
too."
would.
He would
you.
tell
He
you, "Shut up."
wouldn't. No, because there's a difference
Alpha
between
men
being
don't let
alpha
women-
male and being
no,
disrespectful.
No. But alpha men don't let the
There's a
woman
difference
bully them.
between
They
gender
don't let them
roles
bully
and
them.
common respect.
But here's the thing. He would say, "Those are my kids too." Like alpha men don't let women bully them. Period. That's what I'm trying to say. And the thing is that guy, he still doesn't have the same level of authority as you do. And if it was if it was the biological dad, he could at least tell you, "Well, I don't care
Okay,
what
but
you
if
think.
you were
It's my
if you
kid."
were contributing to my kids, can I
There you
still
go.
sit here and
That's
say
where this all
that
comes
you're
from.
not gonna have that? I just said I fucking spent $700 fucking on school shopping. Okay, no one helped me with that. So
don't
how
raise
are
your
you gonna?
voice.
Hey, let me tell you this. When women start talking about what they gotta pay, show respect you, bro. It's so interesting. And we're gonna get to it. This is all set up for the Annalise Chopper situation. Women respect a nigga as far as that money bring that nigga, bro. Let me tell y'all this. Especially, and let me not say all women, but when y'all listen to Fresh and Fit and shit like that, they're talking about women like this. They only respect a nigga where you could bankroll yourself to. So when you have a girl talking about, oh yeah, she's paying half, these chicks don't want to pay shit, bro.
Say that you're
Here's
gonna
the
hit
thing.
my
Here's the thing.
kid.
Here's the thing. I'm not your husband. Don't raise your voice at me and don't
First of
swear me
all,
like that
I'm
again.
listening. I'm making
Don't do
eye
that
contact
again.
with him. I'm talking to him.
I don't care. You're on the podcast and no.
Nah, Myron on top right now. You're like, yo, you not about to. By the way, I talked to him after this. He said he ain't even know this was Fetty Wap baby mama. He ain't know this was Fetty Wap baby mama.
Nobody's swearing at
But
you.
he has
Nobody's
absolutely
yelling.
no problem, and
Whatever.
I'm talking to him. Me and him are making eye contact.
I
He's
don't-
shaking his head in agreement, and you have a
here's the thing.
problem.
I do have a problem. You're not going to disrespect my host. Period.
He doesn't feel
Relax.
disrespected.
I don't give a fuck. What
Do you
what
feel
do you think?
disrespected?
Listen,
I want to know. Do you feel disrespected?
right now you're raising a voice.
I ain't gonna lie. Fresh. Nah. Fresh bitched up a little bit. Fresh should be like, yo, man. Yo, because that nigga Myron hold him down low-key. That nigga Myron going hard. And it was like, yo, let me ask him, though. And Fresh was like, you raising. Nah, I'd be like, yo, bitch, don't talk to me like that, man.
Voice, and it's kind of like, yo, why? I'm talking to you nice, calm. I didn't shut at you one time.
You was
We're-
just shaking your head and agreeing at me until he said
I'm
something.
trying to be nice to you.
Look
Yeah,
at that nigga Myron's face. That nigga's on. That nigga was, if y'all don't know that nigga was a federal agent. He on timing all the time, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Look,
nice.
So it's like,
Look,
I get what you're
look
saying.
at
So
look,
you go
look at his face. He on timing the whole time, bro.
through a lot. But on the platform, just keep it chill, all right? Here we go.
Don't swear.
First thing about going to the club with these hoes afterwards. You know what I mean? Look at this nigga Myron. He on timing.
At him again. That's-
Said, don't swear that nigga again. On Paru. Fuck you talking about, man.
gonna be the first and last time I tell
Everybody's
you.
been swearing the whole time,
Yeah,
but
but,
since we're
here's the
talking
thing: you're
about
swearing at him, trying to
I'm swearing
emphasize, you're
at
trying to
him.
come up aggressive, whatever. Yo, this ain't for fucking debate, bro.
Talk
Talk all
about
you
it.
want.
honestly, fuck you and your show.
Okay,
my
then
nigga.
get the
Like,
fuck out of here.
I will get the fuck out
outta
of here, nigga. It's given you ain't get pussy until you was 20-something years old.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
It was actually 18. You should watch the show and
18.
figure it out. But anyway, go ahead.
18. Late
Fuck
as
out of here.
fuck.
You look like a clown.
Who looks like a clown?
You get out
I
of here.
probably look better than any bitch you ever been with. Look at you. Look at you. You run a show on literally.
You look
run
wild
a
right
show.
now with 13,000 people
Literally,
watching.
I don't give a fuck. You run a show debate.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, and this is why. First, Myron the only nigga on time in it. I don't know if y'all know. Remember, I was on that bitch, and a chick chop. She pulled a gun type shit. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I had my joint on me. Well, actually, it was in my bag, which Leaf had. He had his joint on him. Myron got his joint on him the whole time. That nigga's like, I ain't gonna lie to you. All y'all be going up to Fresh and Fit. Don't get rolled into a blunt by this federal agent, because he would love to catch a legal body when y'all are in his place, acting up, threatening his life. He's telling you to legally leave. You won't leave. and then you try to put some threat on him, he's putting you in the blood. You in the blood. You in the blood. Now you in the blood. You in the blood. I'm telling you. I've been there with Myron one time, and shit going a little bit left. I see Myron dip off a little bit, so I take over the conversation because that's what I do. I see him come back, he chilling, but he got a smile on his face. Trust me, when that happened, the blicky is cocked. This nigga's a whole federal, bro. He was a whole federal agent arresting all them cartel niggas, bro. This is why I be looking at these people. I'm like, yo, why y'all be acting up on this nigga show like that? This nigga, so wait here, bro. He's a former federal agent, and don't act no weird with that shit, man. The nigga's a real nigga, bro. Like the nigga used to work for the feds. He quit feds to do YouTube, like, bro. If he was, right, he quit the feds to do YouTube, but don't mean you don't. Number one, he quit it, which means he ain't get fired. So everything that comes with respectfully leaving that situation, he gonna get. He's what they call a LEOSA. You know what I mean? A law enforcement agent or officer. Even if he's a former, because he ain't get fired. So I be seeing everybody get on this shit and act gangster, nigga. See, what y'all don't want to even understand. I ain't tell you this part of it. So remember that chick that was trying to pull the blicky, right? So the whole time she's trying to pull the blicky, I'm looking at my nigga, right? Because I know he got the joint, and these are legal joints. So he got 2 joints in there, and he got 1. The whole time his hand is on it. So when I'm talking shit to the girl, that's what nobody knows. I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, if you really want to I know you lit, and this is what I did regret, because, yo, people go to the show, you get a little alcohol in you. I would have felt extremely bad if somebody got clapped and it was just like, yo, bro, that person was just off some alcohol, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like they really want. So, in hindsight, I regretted that. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Shorty's talking, and my man's looks at me, and he's giving me the look like, yo, bro, whatever. And I ain't gonna lie to you, being an asshole that I am, I egged it on. I'm like, yo, because she had her hand on her gun. So I'm telling her to pull it. Now, granted, if she pulled it, nigga, I would have just fell to the ground, nigga, and grabbed one of them chicks and put it over me, nigga. Sorry. But, and I ain't gonna lie to you, my man should have dome shotted her. Facts. Like, at that point, you gotta dome shot her, right? But I'm only, because he tell me, and I'm looking at him, he got his hand on the shit. She got her hand in her bag. She's only looking at me. He's on her side, so he's in her blind spot. So if you about to pull something out, nigga, he's just about to kill you. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Now, we're all kind of lit, so I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, do that dumb shit. Come on. Now, granted, if she really pulled it out, I'm like, ah! Nigga, I'm like jumping to the ground, and I'm definitely grabbing one of them shorties and putting it over me. Fuck that, right? Big guy gotta survive, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at him like, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and I give her credit too. She never went that far. Okay, bet. She walks out, and by the way, I think this is all on camera. This is when you hear Myron be like, yo, everybody get to the side. Because the door of the place, because they kick her out, the door of the place goes straight, like, say she was supposed to go out, and she was out, and they knew she was on the opposite side of the door. If she had just backed out whatever she had and just shot through the door, it might have hit a couple people. So we're trying to clear the area that it, like, I ain't trying to give like a whole 3D shit. Like, on the right side, right where the door is, would hit the right side, the right top of the fucking studio. That's why Myron, in a good, smart sense, was like, everybody back up. Everybody get to the left. Because if she shoots to the door, that's what it's going to be. So, I get to the left. I don't care what y'all niggas say. My man's got his shit. He already got it. Myron got his shit. And I'm like, nigga, give me my shit too. All the chicks in there, which you know, this is no sexism, nothing type of shit like that. All these bitches is fucking shook, as they should be. Like, you know what I mean? Some random lunatic with a gun. I got my shit. I'm kind of by the refrigerator. I'm like, yo, in case some shit. Myron got his shit like, yo. That nigga told me some shooting stats. He's like, yo, he was like, nigga, I'm like, I guess when you like in the, you like a cop, they do like all these fucking tests to see who's a sharpshooter. This nigga don't miss at all. So this nigga's ready. And then my other nigga with me, he's ready too. But we just there to just be like, yo, hopefully, because we kicked the chick out and she had a gun in her hand the whole time. It was just in the bag. Hopefully she didn't get kicked out of the room and be like, man, fuck this shit, and just shot up the door. Because that's when, you know what I mean? Anyway, gladfully, and I really mean gladfully, none of that happened. But in reality, that nigga Myron was on point. So I gotta tell y'all that before I play this next thing.
About and with women. What does that say about you? Pussy ass nigga.
You look like you're a fucking clown. Get out of here.
I'm a clown.
Yes, you are. You look wild right now.
I'll get this bitch shut the fuck up, nigga. You don't know who the fuck.
You would.
Oh, she said I get this shit shot the fuck up. I really only gave that whole thing to play this part. So she's leaving. She said, man, I'll get this whole bitch shot up. First of all, I definitely just gotta say, Myron was a federal agent who worked for DHS. Look it up. That's not the nigga you're gonna tell. It's like, imagine, would y'all tell the police, like, yo, imagine you got locked up for DUI and like they finally let you go, right? They locked you up, obviously, because that's what happens. And they let you go and you're like, yo, man, I'm about to shoot this bitch. Would you tell the cops you're about to shoot this shit up? That's essentially what this chick did. That's how I told you the whole story.
You'll do what?
Now,
You'll do what?
You heard me.
So she said she'll get this shit shot up. First of all, another thing too, right? Which is so stupid. And this is why I do like this whole like situation. This is an apartment building. And their apartment is not on the first floor. It's not even on the first 20 floors. How the fuck are you gonna shoot this place up? You have to legitimately come up there just for it, which you can't get up to anyway because they got security. But anyway, she's over here like, yo, I'm gonna shoot it up. And this one ensues.
What? Get it shot up.
You heard me
Yo.
loud and clear, my nigga.
Okay, bring him
What are
back.
you talking about?
Get him, bring him
What are you
back.
talking about?
Bring him back.
It won't be tonight, nigga.
And I don't
It's
miss.
gonna be a night that's
Yup,
always
do it,
expected,
do
bitch.
it. Threat me again.
I'm
Do
doing
it.
now. I'm taking my
Do
time.
it.
I'm getting now.
Fantastic. I don't miss, bitch.
You
Do
live
it.
here?
Do
You
it.
live here, right?
Do it. Yep, yep, yep.
You live
Yep,
here.
yep, I
You
do.
a whole
Come back.
podcast and you live
Come
here.
back.
Fucking
It's gonna be the end for you. Come back. Come back, you dumb bitch. This is Florida. Stand your ground. Come back.
Is this military?
I'll let you in, whoever the fuck you bring out here. Do it. Do it. The fuck out of here, man. Ratchet ass hoes.
Where we
Bring
know
him
this
back.
nice
Bring him
conversation
back.
about-
Bring him back, and it's gonna be end for you and him. I promise you. Stupid assholes, man.
0 to 100 real
Like,
quick.
come back.
God damn.
Point I'm trying to say is that, listen, man, I'm glad nothing happened because Fetty Wap would have been without a baby mama. Nigga, this nigga's a federal agent, my nigga. Like, the fuck is you doing? I'm just being honest with y'all.
So, ladies,
I know that reaction. I know that
now
reaction.
that I have all your attention. Jeez, man.
Bro, Zuki, I was trying to avoid that because I saw this. I'm gonna stay calm. I'm gonna be nice because she was getting heated, bro. She was mad.
Yo,
So
You know what? It's her kids, bro. I get it. It's like it's
yeah,
touching.
that's why I was like, yo, I'm not feeling comfortable
Bro.
like dwelling on this. Like,
But no,
Yo, I seen somebody says, oh, okay, yeah, you know, bro, him being a federal agent don't mean nothing. Bro, we, especially we as black people, we got to start being really smart, bro. You know, if you tell somebody that you about to shoot their place up, you know you could get arrested for a terroristic threat, especially if there's a certain amount of people. There's 20 people in this apartment. You say you about to shoot this shit up, my nigga, like that's an actual legit charge for terroristic threat. I'm just trying to say, like, yo, why do that? That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. if you go into a place and you realize that the nigga who runs it is a former federal agent, that's probably the last nigga I would threaten. All right. Anyway, so this happened. We gotta get to the next topic. We gotta get to the next topic. Salute to Fresh and Fit. That's the Cronies. Yeah, I'm about to be down. I'm about to be back in Miami in 2 weeks, filming my boy Fresh birthday. What we gonna play right now? Oh shit! This is what we gonna play. Chat. So, chat. No, let me go to shade room. The reason why I even play that with like Fetty Wap's like Baby Mama is to play this. So let me try to figure it out. I'm about to play it. I'm gonna find it in a second. Give me a second. Right here. So NLE Choppa, right? If y'all don't know, NLE Choppa is 19. He's been dating a girl. Her name is Marissa. This is her on the screen, right? This is her on the screen right here. She's 27, so he's 19, she's 27. By the way, does anyone think that? Is anyone shocked that NLE Choppa is 19? I feel like I've known the nigga for like 3 years or more, right? But he's actually 19. He's 19. This girl is 27. This has been his girlfriend for a year. They were supposed to have a baby. The baby, unfortunately, they had a miscarriage, and I send my well wishes to both of them for that. But he's 19, she's 27. Now, I know in people's realities of how things work, usually the male is the older person, right? And the female is a younger person, but this is opposite. She's 27, he's 19. Now, apparently they were together for, it seems like about a year. But recently he broke up with her. He made an announcement on Twitter. He said, yo, I'm single. And he basically broke it off. So he broke it off with her and let everybody know publicly. She went on Instagram and this was her response to breaking up with NLE Choppa. Here we go.
I have given myself to one man for a year and 3 months. And just one man, not nobody else. And you build so much with that person. You go through so much with that person. And my healing process, I can't tell y'all how hard it is for me to sleep. Or how hard it is for me to.
Hey, real quick. Hey, salute to my nigga Myron who's watching. It's my boy, man. Salute to my boy Myron who's watching. He was like, yo, he was talking about the last situation with Fetty Wap's baby moms. And I was like, yo, why would you do some shit like that, bro? Like, what do you think is gonna happen? And also, I think a lot of people in reality, by the way, we're going to get back to this in a second. A lot of people really think that like Myron is just some lame nigga who only talks, who wouldn't be about that action. And I be trying to tell people, I'm like, yo, listen, the nigga is a former federal agent who has probably dealt with more real life shit than you would probably even want to know. If you think that your ratchetivity is going to be like, oh, okay, I can't deal with it, you're stupid. Anyway, suit tomorrow. Anyway, back to this shit. This is NLE Choppa. This is NLE Choppa's girlfriend. He broke up with her and she decided to put on makeup. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see it. This is her right here. She decided to put on makeup, get on camera, leave the camera right here, and videotape herself. Listen to this.
I have given myself to one man for a year and 3 months.
Hold on.
And just one man, not nobody else. And you build so much with that person. You go through so much with that person. And my healing process